Hi, welcome to part 2 of modding Skyrim in 2016. And if you were watching the last part of the video, then we talked about some introductions and just getting used to and understanding at the basic level what it is for modding the game. So here we have a freshly installed version of the game, and what is very important to do is to start the game and before you do anything at all, and make sure that you get your beginning of the game out of the way, because the beginning of the game is like a hectic hailstorm of buggy scripts that don't really like mods very much. So what you're going to do is you're going to get to the point of the game where you come out of the cave with the soldier, whichever side you choose, and you run down the hill with the guy towards the town of River Run. Now, what I've got here installed is the Bethesda actual released high resolution updates for the game. And as you can see, it's okay. So when you originally run the game, you get this option here. It says data files. These checkboxes are the files that are going to load up into your game when you are when you first start the game. So this is effectively what you could mod. You could effectively, if you just add files here to the proper folder in your Skyrim install, you don't really need anything else. If you were a complete pro, you could use this here and be totally fine with this. But this tool is kind of rudimentary, and it's honestly, it's just a pain to use. It's not really that it's like you can't, like a pro wouldn't use it, but it's just like, yeah, it's pretty pain to use. So we're going to ignore that tool, and some things that we need to download before we even get started here. We want to get the Java runtime environment, which we Google and you find right here, Java runtime environment, download Java, bam, okay, get that bad boy, run it and install it. You want to go to nexusmods.com. You're going to make an account so that you can actually download things from Nexus Mods. And then what we're going to do is install the Nexus Mod Manager. And the Nexus Mod Manager is a nifty as all shit app that basically does all the work for you. All the work minus sorting your load order. See, the thing is that if you load a mod that, say, modifies the water, and you like that mod and you want that mod to be the effect that you get, but then after that, in the load order, you load a second mod that modifies the water. Now the second mod is going to overwrite the first mod. And in effect, so what order you load things in matters. Things can just straight cause the game to not even load at all if you don't have the load order correctly. So the only thing the mod manager does not do for you is manage the load order. Once you install the mod manager, you're going to go get a tool called Loot, Load Order Optimization Tool. Loot does all the rest of the work for you, basically. It's an amazing tool. You basically just open up Loot, click one button, Loot tells you what order your things should be in, and it's done. And it's very great. So we're going to go get that. We're going to install that so we have that for later. After that, what we're going to do is go get some mods, and this is very easy. Once you have the Nexus Mod Manager, when you first run it for the first time, it's going to show up with this window here, and it's going to show you all the games that Mod Nexus supports. And so, yeah, once it's done, you're just going to tell it, okay, yeah, it's going to check your directories for the default installs and things. And tell it, okay, stop searching, we're good, we want to mod Skyrim. We tell it, okay. We can even tell it not to ask us next time if we're only interested in modding one game. It's going to load up. It's going to have a screen that's going to look something like this. Might look like this. Or, so it's going to have a screen that looks something like this. And it's going to be blank because you don't have any mods. And it's very simple. Once you have an account and you have Nexus Mod Manager, you're going to log into your account in the Nexus Mod Manager. And then you're just going to go to your mods and you're going to click download right here, Nexus Mod Manager, and it just automatically does all the work for you. So if you're slightly advanced, instead of taking the internet's word for it, you can select some different options here for what it is that you would prefer. If you like the older version of the mod before the update or something, blah de blah, yeah, you can make all those choices here for yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to download with Nexus Mod Manager and install a big chunk of mods. Some of them I'm going to mention here. Some of them I might not mention here, and if you can't find them or if you have trouble, just ask in the comments, and we'll make sure to help you out with that. So we're going to go find Immersive Armors. We're going to go find the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Edition patch for his new Idols in Skyrim, or FNIS. We're going to go get Sky UI, Realistic Ragdolls and Force, Quality World Map, and Solstheim Map with roads, high-res legible road signs. I do believe this is Immersive Weapons. Yes, Immersive Weapons, Scoped Bows, Cloaks of Skyrim, Stones of Baron Zaya, Unique Uniques, Unread Books Glow, Immersive HUD, Skyrim Community Uncapper, Dual Sheath Redux, which is kind of a tricky one, so we're going to leave that there. Enhanced Blood Textures, Skyrim HD 2K Textures, Skyfall Sky Mills, which honestly the author of Sky Mills recommends that you use someone else's mod now, which is totally compatible with his mod. So it's up to you what you do. Static Mesh Improvement mod, SMIM, and something called the Ruffled Feather, which the author has actually set to hidden right now. So I'm sure you can find it somewhere, but you won't be able to actually get it off the Nexus mods because the guy who posted it doesn't want you to right now. So there's that. Also, it's really just a group of things anyway, so if you look and find the individual pieces instead of downloading it as the pack, then you should probably be able to find it just fine anyway. So yeah, we'll leave our Dual Sheath Redux so we can come back here to see its requirements, and because oh yes, we want to make sure we have XP32 Maximum Skeleton Extended as well. Okay, so the first thing we're going to show here is that if you just are going for the absolutely most purest kind of approach for this game, what you should probably still do in any case is run the Skyrim official high-resolution patches. You should run the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Edition patch. It actually replaces what used to be called the unofficial Skyrim patch, the unofficial Dawnguard patch, the unofficial Hearthfire patch, the unofficial Dragonborn patch, etc. Four patches that eventually became obsolete. This one replaces them all. So you're just going to find that. Once you have it in your mod manager, you're going to find it and double click it. It's going to come up in your mod activation queue down here and let you know that it is installing. We're going to cover a bunch of different mods. Some of them are easy. You just click it and there is no options and it just tells you, well, bam, it's done. So that's probably going to be one of these right here. And it's on there. And you're going to click your unofficial high-resolution patch. And that's going to fix that high-resolution content from Bethesda. And once you have that, there's one other thing you probably do want. It's going to be called Enhanced Vanilla Textures, or Optimized Vanilla Textures. And basically everyone should use this no matter what. And it's a little weird though. So what we're going to do is you're going to double click it. And once it loads, it's going to give you just a check mark, but you have to actually go find it I should make this pane bigger is what I should do. Download and install via mod manager, run textures install.vbs in your Skyrim/data folder. So yeah, we'll just bam, bam, bam there. Finish. That's pretty easy. Okay, since we're already going to go to our data folder next, that we're going to go ahead and find our SKSE download. Skyrim script extender. We're just going to hit installer. Totally fine with that. Gonna run that bad boy. That's the directory we want, so we're gonna tell it next. And that's fine. And now we no longer need to run the game from the game's distributed executable. We use the Skyrim script extender to run the game instead to actually make those fixes apply. So since we've got Skyrim script extender installed, here it is. We're going to go find that data textures installer. Textures install.abs. RAM. I didn't even see. Did that happen? I can't even tell if it happened. I'm going to run the uninstaller. Maybe that was that fast. I guess the script just executes, doesn't tell you. Gotta run it as admin, maybe, I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it's gonna give you the option to. It's because it's in C. I haven't actually modded my own game in quite some time because it's a great idea to figure out what you want and then keep it for a while. So we're going to figure this out just like if I were figuring it out for the first time. So I'm just going to keep it. I ran it. Standard definition, optimized vanilla textures. And so yeah, that's going to be our purest approach to the game here. It's just our optimized standard definition vanilla textures and unofficial Skyrim patch, unofficial high resolution patch, and run the game right back, and it's going to look exactly the same as it was before. So it'd be all the same without adding any new content. It's just going to not bug all the time on you. So there's that for everybody that wants to just do that. Very simple process. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to have some real fun here. We're going to get some of the easy ones out of the way for what I would say it's not necessarily enhancing the game, it's more of expanding upon it. So unread books glow, double click, loads, easy, done. Now the unread books glow. Uniques, pretty sure it's double click and done. Oh, it gives you some options here if you want the Dragonbane to be black or golden. Makes the Oathblade to match the blade's armor. Skip bow at odds, so yeah, well, let's do that. Stones of Verinside quest markers. That easy, just clicked it in. Sky UI. Definitely want this. Skyrim enhanced camera. Scoped bows. Those things are badass. Legendary. Lets you select your reticle color for the different types of bows. I think this is fine here. I dig it. We want this here for our immersive camera. Let's see what this is. Disables the unique bow replacers and removes the first. You'll get only the craftable bows. You'll get only the unique bows, so they won't be craftable. This is for Skyrim redone. This is for Purgus Maximus. Okay, so we don't give a shit about either of those. Unless you use those mods, then you probably want to figure that out. Finishing done. Realistic ragdolls and force is pretty easy. Just double clicks and loads. Race menu is one I didn't show the load page for, but you definitely want it. Left-hand rings, also I don't think I showed, but you definitely want it. It's pretty simple here. Complete crafting overhaul, pretty sure I don't have that. Left-hand rings in first-person view. Hello. Immersive weapons. Immersive weapons loads that easy. Immersive HUD. Immersive armors. Double click, double click, double click. And wait on that to install. See if I got any nice screens. No nice screens. We don't use the UMP body mod, so we don't care. Immersive armors is still installing. We're just going to go ahead and add this to the queue. Add this to the queue. Add this to the queue. And add this to the queue. So that when they, oh, there you go. It'll just run right on through. So Here is our map add-on installer. Pretty simple. Choose here what you want for high res meshes. I think this is very useful. You can hit preview and it shows you what the difference is. Okay, so we left these two for last, and that's because they're kind of complicated, but we're going to handle them together. And so what we first want to do is make sure that we have all the requirements that you need for XP32 maximum, and they should be listed in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. So we need our SKSE, we got that. We need our realistic ragdolls, we got that. We need our force new idols, we got that. We can use race menu, which, like I said, I didn't share that one on the earlier page or on the early part of the video, but definitely go get that. And we can use enhanced character as a return alternative to race menu, but obviously I'm not fielding that. So, and what is that? Net immerse override. Oh yeah, if you use or enhanced character, then you have to get this thing called net immerse override. But if you use race menu, net immerse override is included as part of the race menu mod. So pretty simple. Once you have all those things installed prior, then go ahead and install your XP32 maximum skeleton. Yeah, it doesn't take very long to install. So I don't know, the guy who wrote this is kind of a little weird, but it just gives you this thing. You leave that checked, hit next. Most of the time you will only want this option here, skeleton rig map HDT. The other options are only for people who want like titty bounce and things like that. So we're just gonna move on past that. And so yeah, if you play with you know, what we call the Game of Thrones experience, right, with the dicks hanging out, we got support for that. But we're for the most part just gonna leave it the same way here. I don't think we care about that. Yeah, style randomizer for race menu. Meh. Alternate animations, default animation reset. We dig this. We dig this. We dig this. Bigger here so I can see what the hell's going on. Belt fasten quivers. So you choose an animation here that you want to use for your belt fasten quiver. If you're using belt fasten quiver, a lot of choices here. Dagger on back, ninja. Badass dual wielding. Don't really want to play with any of this probably. And unless you're using Joy of Perspective, You don't really want to play with any of this. And we're here when it comes up, you just want to say yes to mod, let it overwrite what it needs to overwrite, and you have successfully replaced the game skeleton. Anytime something comes up and asks if you want to overwrite like that just did, all you have to do is pay attention to what it is you're overwriting and use common sense whether or not you should. So, that being said, we're going to install our Toolsheath Redux. So, we're going to tell it we want our patcher and vanilla meshes, and we also want to tell it we want mod pack in compatibility. Do you want to use swords on back? Yeah. Skyrim weapon delarpification. It's its own mod. If you want to use this mod, if you happen to know, you check this box here. This is a menu for any modded weapons that you might have. And if the game detects that you have these mods installed, or if this installer rather detects you have these mods installed, it'll have them checked automatically for you. So you notice that we got our immersive armors and immersive weapons installed. So we just have them already checked. You just hit finish, and your Toolsheath Redux will finish installing. But it's not that simple because it's got another step. It actually has 2 more steps. We're going to go find our Skyrim folder, and we're going to find our Skyproc patcher, and we're going to have Toolsheath Redux patch. We're going to find this jar file. You're going to double click it. For some reason, for some people, if you don't double click it, it doesn't work right. So make sure that you double click it. Once it comes up, you're just going to hit patch. It's going to do its thing. Okay, and once I have the game patch, we're going to make sure that that just actually took through by reloading our manager. It's behind this folder here. And now we're going to click this tab here. It says plugins, and it's going to allow us to inspect our load order. Now we see our load order. You see the interesting thing is that Toolsheath Redux is its own mod, but it requires a mod that mods it so that it can properly align with things that you have for your setup. So once you've ran the Skyproc patcher, another thing will appear in your load order called Toolsheath Redux patch. Make sure that you come here and check it in this box. And it should always come after this in the load order, but it doesn't matter because we're going to loop anyway. So once we have that done, see that we have all these mods installed. 21 installed mods. So the great thing about Nexus Mod Manager is you never have to actually go through your file explorer again, because you very easily click this button and it opens your game folder for you, opens your mods folder for you, whatever you want to do. So we're going to tell it we want to go to the tools, Where's tools? Oh, is it this one? Supported tools. And tell it to launch loop. Now that we have loot loaded, we're going to tell loot we want to sort our plugins. Once loot sorts the plugins, we're going to hit apply, and that's it. Your load order is fixed up good. Now, we're going to go up here. I actually launched, so I don't want to do that. Launch SKSE. And we'll leave that mod manager open. And now here we are. First glance, game really doesn't look any different because we're still using mainly just the Bethesda high resolution pack textures, but you see some whole bunch of shit popping off there in the top left. It's telling me it's registering new menus, it's configuring immersive armors, all these things. What the hell is that? So, figure out where we are here. Here we go with my guy. Unsheath the weapon. Put it on the hip there. Now that's this button here. So once this menu comes up, I go to my items. Oh, now I get an actual clickable menu. It's usable. Look at that. So I don't have another weapon to show that we now can dual wield with the sheaths, but that is there. What we are going to do is we're going to show to our mod configuration. Tool Sheath Redux is running. Lets you set the shields on the back as well. Immersive armors. And so it lets you come in here and see armor options. It allows you to tell it if you want to get rid of the ability to even craft the modded armors, get them off, take them right on out. If you want to make them not appear on NPCs, uncheck this box. Very simple. Shields, same way. Extra options allows you to define. See this armor here? It's going to be a light armor. If I want to be a heavy armor character, and I'm like, I really like that armor. I wish I could wear that armor on my heavy armor character. Oh, it's that easy. Here's your immersive HUD. Gets rid of your crosshair and all the annoying stuff that comes up. Doesn't look like its menu is loaded yet. The actual Sky UI menu itself maybe hasn't loaded either. 100 books low. Let's let the menus load some more. Here we go. Sky UI menu is loaded. So it lets you determine the options for how you even want the menu to be set up. maximum skeleton. So we can go to our styles, tell it we want my axe style to be axe on back, and tab exit, and it should jump right back there. And now whenever I put my animation's a little buggy, but it should fix itself here in a second. It's questionable. Maybe I need to save and reload, I'm not sure. We'll work through that in part 3, where we actually start changing some of the content, as well as showing how to transmorph a character into a new character, so that you don't have to go back and repeat the beginning of the game over and over again. You simply keep this save file of your guy that's standing on this rock here, and anytime you want to start a new character, you just go load this save file and make your new character out of this character. And in the next video, we're going to show you how to do just that.